by the way, calling out my prices, absolute for $200. I'm going to tell you something. I want you to look up Bookmarks Collectibles. That's Bookmarx Collectibles. I want you to speak to Evan. He's in Roslyn in New York. I want you to Google that. I want you to ask him how much he sells a pack of absolute memorabilia for. Because he sells it for $49.95 at my local card shop. Which is why I raffled off packs for $200 for 4. $49.95 times 4 is $200. If I don't count shipping and handling fees or eBay fees, I take a loss on that. You never stop to consider that, right? Because, you know, your buddy Truth17, Chad, can go to the local card shop and you have to believe all his prices. But if it comes to any of my stuff in my local card shop, I have to get questioned on everything, right? I've noticed how I always get questioned on all my prices and all that stuff. There are guys out there who don't show receipts. There are guys out there who arbitrarily put up a value of a box break to be you know, of a group break of a box, and those things are not questioned. Yet you sit here, and Truth17, you did the same thing too. You question me in a $200 box of absolute memorabilia. I want you to call tomorrow Bookmarks Collectibles, and I want you to get back to me, and I want you to actually sit there and think about the fact that you're calling people out on prices of local card shops that you don't even frequent, being on the other side of the country, which is unbelievable to me. I'm referring to Truth17 there. As far as my blog room and what I've done in them, hey, you know what? Many months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, we used to talk about, like, we had a couple of nights where we talked about transsexuals and whatnot, and it was just like a funny running joke and whatnot, because some people were talking about women and whatnot, and I posted a couple of pictures. I'm like, do you think it's a woman or not and whatnot? And everybody had a blast with it, to be honest with you. We had like 60 or 70 people. A lot of people had a blast in it. We did it a couple of nights. We didn't really do it for like this 3-month span that you guys talk about and whatnot. This was something that happened way back. You know, for the last 2-3 months, I've had my girlfriend in my blog room and in my Ustream room, as a matter of fact. We do nothing but cards and whatnot. Every now and then somebody will pop up the usual celebrity link or something like that. For the most part, we're talking cards, and we're having fun. The other day, I put my girlfriend's earring in, and I was dancing. I do random group shakes with Mortal Kombat music in the background and stuff like that. You wouldn't know this, Robmen, because you don't frequent my blog rooms. So if you don't frequent my blog rooms, I would appreciate it if you stay out of the conversation, out of what events are transpiring in my blog room. Because it's not necessary. It's really not necessary. You're going and you're jumping to all these assumptions about what goes on in my blog rooms and whatnot, when pretty much 3/4 of these guys have made rant videos on me, haven't even been in my blog room in like over 3 months and whatnot. And yet you continue to make these assumptions. You know what they say about assumptions, right? Make an ass out of you, not me. And the last person I want to get to is Truth17, Chad. You're the one guy on here that nobody ever calls you out on anything, and you feel that like whenever something comes up, you have to, you know, say your piece, which is cool because it's a free forum and you can do what you want to do. But you've never ever been in any jeopardy of anybody calling you out and whatnot. And really, man, I'm not the right person. I'm not one of those people that's just gonna sit down and just back down from you, because I'm not like that. Okay, you call me out for being holier than thou and whatnot. You think you're the Jesus Christ of group breaks, man. You know, you tell me about leading the revolution, which I already mentioned several times, like was a half-ass joke. And yes, you know, I came across in a condescending manner or whatnot. Hopefully, I've gotten the intent of my point of my video out now. But what you've done every 3 to 4 weeks is you've made a preaching video to the masses about how something should be done. Guys, this is my view on this and my view on that and whatnot. And that's cool. And everybody's like, you know, like drones go and follow you and like, oh, Chad, you're the greatest, this and that and whatnot. Cool. All right. So you're allowed to dictate what other people do, and if you're going to deny that, as a matter of fact, about 3 or 4 months ago, you had a video that was up telling people how you were frustrated with the blog and that people should go back to YouTube to fill breaks. None of this in-hand group breaks. You remember that video? Because I'm sure a lot of people here remember that video. A lot of people, including myself. Whatever happened to that, Chad? Because 2 days later, there you were, still going to blog. You never practiced what you preach. You told everybody else that you need to go back to YouTube and you do this. And everybody was like, yeah, you know, good idea, Chad. Great idea and whatnot. But you never followed your own advice, did you? You took down that video. I looked for it. Couldn't even find it anywhere because you're pretty clean at deleting your steps. Or at least you think you're pretty clean at removing your footprints. But you did say that. And I know a lot of people are going to recall that and whatnot. So what happened, man? What happened to filling back on YouTube again? And why did you feel the need to dictate to everybody that they should do that and whatnot? Now, maybe you didn't come across in the same condescending manner that I did when I did that, but the point of the matter is that you do this in videos every now and then. Robmen9 in truth, you guys, for as much as you say that I'm a douchebag and whatnot, RBI Crew 7, Ryan, who I'm like pretty cool with, and I actually just spoke to him on the phone like earlier tonight. You know, you guys took a real nasty jab at him over the summer. For those of you guys who don't know RBI Crew 7, please go sub to him. He doesn't do that many cards anymore because he's doing his internship and whatnot. But RBI Crew 7 was having a night where he was getting rid of most of his cards. And a whole lot of us went into his room. Truth17 was not there. Robmen9 was there. Robmen9 was one of the first people to go on co-host camera and go, guys, support RBI Crew or support Ryan. Let's buy these cards, whatnot. Right? Rob was all cool, put up this little facade of how it's all good and whatnot. Then by one, we all started donating to Ryan and whatnot. I came on cam, I sold about 4 cards for like $150, and I donated it all straight to Ryan. I then deposited another $50 or $100 into Ryan's PayPal because he's such a good YouTuber. He was a struggling kid who was moving out to do a free internship with a baseball team, and I knew he can use some money and whatnot. So you know what? I helped him out. All-Star Sports 777, by the way, did the same thing too. Came on, sold some cards, donated it. A lot of people just started dumping money into his PayPal and whatnot. At the end of the night, Ryan had made like $2,000, $3,000 or something like that. And Robmen9, who was in the room, then started talking crap about Ryan and all these other rooms about how, oh, it's the RBI Crew, Salvation Army, this and that and whatnot. And you know what? I want to show you guys something that I've actually kept here as evidence. You know, because, you know, I don't play this kind of stuff, honestly. You see that, Chad, right there? Friday night group breaks, live 5:30 Pacific in the Cup. This was taken like July 14th or something. That's you, right? I believe that's you. And this picture right there, the Truth17, July 9th, 2009. I will go live tomorrow on blog, blah, 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 blah. But look at your tags. Group break, baseball, hockey, and everybody is still waiting for your thank you video, RBI Crew 7, yo, what up? Really, Chad. Really. That's really mature. For a guy who calls everybody else out on here for, you know, being immature and this and that and whatnot, you know, that was absolutely uncalled for. You then changed those tags 15 minutes later, but good old AZ took the screenshot of it before you got a chance to do it, and you did do it, by the way. Just like All-Star Sports 777 changed my jihad on Aslan 777 to my war on Aslan 777. One thing you guys got to realize is I'm on top of this stuff, and I will screenshot the hell out of anything and everything, as I'm sure some of you guys like to do too. So please, don't act holier than thou. Don't act like you haven't like done anything that's crude, because that was a slap in the face, man. What you guys basically did was you took that night and you crapped all over it. You said that this dude was scamming everybody and whatnot. This dude is like a young kid who is going over to the middle of the country, and that's what you do. We all donate stuff for him, and you're like, yo, we're still waiting for your thank you video and stuff like that. Basically, you weren't even believing him. And I walked into your room, Truth17, that same day, the night after, and there were guys from 777 and USA Mac Daddy who, you know, whatever, and a few other guys who calling RBI Crew out on the same thing. You know, that's really disheartening, man. When you're going and you're helping guys out on YouTube and you get that kind of stuff, you guys all fraternize, man. That's all you do. Every night on blog, you go on and you back talk about people and stuff like that. I have other examples. You help NHL in Seattle out, and then you create a disassociation video from him as soon as NHL Seattle's caught for scamming and whatnot. What happened? You helped him, right? He was your friend. You helped him with the group breaks, which makes you just as liable as he is. Don't sit there and wash your hands free of that stuff and disassociate with NHL in Seattle and well, that's that. I have nothing to do with that, so don't PM me and stuff like that.